our section winner for the Player Development Award. Congratulations and welcome. Thanks for taking a few minutes for this.
Thanks, David.
First, at what point in your career did you find you had a real passion for coaching? Maybe give us a little career history, where you've been, how you broke into this.
The quick overview is I actually, after college, wanted to design golf courses or play professionally. So that landed me on the trying to build the Grow and Crew at Gamble Sands. Little known fact, when they actually kind of switched to a different course, they were designing a Perry Dye course. They switched to Gamble Sands actually, and kind of stopped for a little bit. I found myself on the landscape crew at Chambers Bay. And then, so I didn't want to teach or do any of that stuff. But when that industry basically died, I asked Brent Zepp, can I come work in the shop? Can I join the PGA? I still play golf, maybe I could play professionally through the PGA of America. And then he's like, sure. And also, if you want to teach beginners and juniors, I'm a little busy at the moment. You could kind of take that. And I did. And then next thing you know, it became something bigger. I could actually make a full-time job out of this. And so after the US Open was under our belt, we started the academy. And so it kind of just, it was nothing I ever planned on doing. It just kind of fell into place, and found a passion for it. I've been around golf my whole life, and sharing that passion to others is where it landed. So it's pretty cool.
So I know you do a lot of different stuff. I've seen some posts from you over the years. Obviously, I've been on an awards committee that you've been up for. Give us some insight into any sort of special or innovative programs you're running out of Chambers Bay, whether it be for adults, kids, seniors.
Well, my first program that was like that was our PGA Coaching Club. It's a weekend clinic series that you pay a monthly membership. You pay for the month of September. You get clinics every Saturday. That's been our core program, along with our beginner golf classes. But that just stemmed into other continuing programs, and next thing you know, we need more people to play our course at more affordable rates. But our course is a walking only facility, so you got a lot of people who can't. So we also have social events that are now part of our core programming: 6 holes in whiskey, 7 holes in Seven Seas Brewery, 9 in wine. Every week we do something like that, and they're all under $50. The 6 holes, $40. You get whiskey tastings, you get Chambers Bay, you get a taste of instruction beforehand, and you get a taste of our facility and our grill because you get a little discount there. So all those programs kind of do everything you just said. Cater to almost everybody. Obviously, we are, PGA Junior League has been amazing for us, 13U and 17U, growing up with the growth of PGA Junior League. We do our camps, and then kind of one of the more unique things, and I don't know if a lot of people know, is our veteran programs. We do Wounded Warrior projects. We do PGA Hope. So I'm between Saturday morning clinics, weekday outings, 3-day golf schools. I even do virtual classes, across Wounded Warrior Project. Those are a real big part of our academy that kind of caters to everybody as well.
In your coaching, do you what kind of technology are you using? Do you use it with beginners as well, or do you save that for more advanced players?
Yeah, everybody who signs up for a private lesson gets video analysis through a system we call Coach Now. It's an app. It gets to record voice notes, handwritten notes. You get your own profile. They could upload videos, draw lines and whatnot. So that's kind of like the basis we do. Not as important for complete beginners because too much information for me is just system overload. So it's great continuing study. After you starting to develop, and for those who enjoy visual learning or even just written down notes, we do it for them to really become a coach. And that's why it's called Coach Now, is because we give them a way to communicate with us in between lessons. And then obviously as they get to a certain level, then we'll get into TrackMan use. We don't own one, but we've partnered with TaylorMade to bring in theirs for club fittings. And then we have our own little Mevo flight scope things to just give people those basic premise information that they eventually might need once they hit that level of golfers. So,
Do you use social media to post instructional videos? Do you use it for networking, advertising for yourself? Do you use social media, and what platforms do you like to use?
yes. um, it started as, our academy's motto was always to, one, grow the game, but two, to grow the community outreach at Chambers Bay. Because obviously with the US Open, we were a very exclusive property at a high price tag. And so you wouldn't think that you could be included into that. So my mission when we started the academy was to allow the community to interact with us and know that we have affordable programming. Like I mentioned before, social media was the one way to do that. And it started out just happenstance. Our former head pro, got us onto these Tuesday Pro Tip Tuesday things, little 30 to 60-second snippets to just, get a sense of who we are as instructors and our personality. But then it turned out to highlighting all of our programs. And then it became a way to actually sell lessons, obviously marketing on our website and e-blasts. It's become almost integral part of our system, and a relatable way to interact with those students that enjoy technology and interact on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Coach Now even is sort of a social media, but it's more privatized between me and the student and their parents, or adults and their significant others. But yeah, it's huge, and it's leading into other forms of programs that we're doing, especially during COVID, remote lessons, online lessons through that platform, and it actually saved our bacon during the whole pandemic shutdown.
Yeah. Last question for me. For any of the young coaches out there or young PGA professionals that have an interest in getting into coaching and teaching for a living, what's some advice you might give them?
Yeah, do it.
Especially coming from your background.
Yeah. If I'm not proof that you don't have to be an instructor to be an instructor, it was never something I wanted to do. I love the game, and I wanted to share that with people, and it organically became into instruction. I never dreamt to be, full year round with private lessons and all this stuff. I started off with beginners and juniors, and it just grew. I grew as my students grew, the program grew as more and more students came, and I just learned these skills throughout the process. And honestly, the way the PGA of America and obviously the workforce, teaching, coaching, you almost have to do it to survive. It was something that it just happened, and it came with a nice little revenue stream for me on the side, and it turned into a full-time job and a way to stay in the PGA and to actually stay at Chambers Bay without having to jump ship just to grow. And teaching and coaching, you become as big as you want, and you make your own hours, and you have a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit of an easier time to organize your work and home life balance, which obviously, you might not think as a 21-year-old how important that is, but as you get older, you start to figure out that if we want to, keep PGA professionals and good ones around, they need to make more money, have more flexible hours. And coaching is probably the way to do it. That, or running tournaments, or something in that membership orientation factor. So I kind of really think that those are the two areas almost every PGA professional should get into, and it's good for everybody.
Well, Ryan, I'd like to thank you for the time. I just know for me, as someone who's followed your career online and being a part of the awards committee, this is really well deserved, and you do a fantastic job, and just congratulations again on this. Very well deserved.
Thanks, David, and thanks for all the work you guys are putting into this.